The payroll process will not be the same for all countries. Each country has its own tax laws, minimum salary requirements, pension plans, gratuity schemes, leave policies, and many more. In this video, our experts in KSA Payroll will enlighten you on the payroll process in KSA. What is the frequency of making salary payments to employees in KSA? Monthly or weekly depending on the type of contract. Which are the statutory pay components included in employee salary? There are no defined statutory components. Which are the common pay components that are normally payable to employees? Fixed components may include basic salary, house rent allowance, transport allowance, and other allowances. The variable components may include overtime, sales commission, bonus, incentives, relocation allowances, mobile allowances. What is the minimum salary payable in KSA? There is no minimum salary payable in KSA. How is overtime calculated? An employee shall be entitled to remuneration equal to his normal working hours plus an extra of at least 50% of such remuneration. All working hours performed during holidays and Eids shall be considered as overtime hours. How is gratuity accrued? Gratuity calculation is accrued on the following basis. A. If the service period is below 5 years at half a month's salary per year. B. If the service period is more than 5 years at a full month's salary per year. When is gratuity paid to an employee? Gratuity is paid at the end of employment. What are the statutory deductions that are made to employees in the KSA? There are no mandated tax deductions in KSA. However, KSA nationals are subject to mandatory national pensions plans contributions. How is KSA pension calculated? Which employees qualify for KSA pension contribution? KSA contribution is deducted from the monthly wages of Saudi Arabia workers as well as the amounts paid by the employer. For KSA nationals, the contribution is fixed at 22% of the employee's basic salary and housing allowance, of which 12% is payable by the employer and 10% is payable by the employee. For expatriates, 2% unemployment contribution which is to be paid by the employer. The maximum base amount used for KSA calculation is 45,000 Saudi riyals. What is WPS in Saudi Arabia? WPS is mandatory for all Saudi companies operating in the private sector. Under the WPS, companies are required to submit wage information to the Ministry of Labour via the A-Service program. Are employees eligible for air ticket benefits in KSA? Employers are required to provide return air tickets to the worker's home country at the end of the relation between the two parties. What is the leave policy defined under the labor law? Annual leave. A worker shall be entitled to a prepaid annual leave of not less than 21 days, to be increased to a period of not less than 30 days if the worker spends 5 consecutive years in the service of the employer. Sick leave. A worker whose illness has been proven shall be eligible for a paid sick leave for the first 30 days, 3/4 of the wage for the next 60 days, and without pay for the following 30 days. Maternity leave. A female worker shall be entitled to maternity leave for the 4 weeks immediately preceding the expected date of delivery and the subsequent 6 weeks. Hajj leave. Muslim employees are generally entitled to Hajj leave after 2 years of continuous employment. The leave may be up to 10 days and can only be taken once in 5 years with the same employer. Paternity leave. Paternity leave is given to male employees for 3 days upon the delivery of their child. Marriage leave. Marriage leave is granted for 5 days. Compassionate leave. Compassionate leave is provided and given for 5 days for the death of a spouse or one of his ascendants and descendants. Iddah leave. In the case of a Muslim woman whose spouse has died, the Iddah leave is provided for the full mourning period of 4 months and 10 days. In the case of a non-Muslim woman, the leave is given for 15 days. Is employee medical insurance mandatory in KSA? Yes. Which are the currencies that can be used while making salary payments in KSA? KSA national currency. Is bonus or incentive payment mandatory in KSA? No.